What's up, guys? So, something I learned from being on YouTube is that I could say anything and y'all won't know if I'm joking or not. Like, I could say I live in Washington, but then really be living in Kansas, even though I really live in California. It's all an illusion when it comes to YouTube, which is why I decided that today I'm going to tell you one of my biggest fears. Actually, this is a 2-for-1 special because one of the fears lives inside the other fears. You feel me? No? Oh. Okay. So when it comes to things I'm afraid of, I literally have two criteria. Is it bigger than me and or can it kill me? So, like bears, snakes, scorpions, dinosaurs, anything that could kill, anything that's known for killing a human with no remorse. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but whales are huge, like to the point where I don't even like getting close to the glass at SeaWorld. I don't know what it is about whales, but I just think anything that gets that big should not be fucked with. And when I say fucked with, that covers capturing them, touching them, breeding them, feeding them, baiting them. Anything that has you doing any hands-on work with a 90-foot animal should never be done. Like when I see those people swimming with blue whales, I'm like, he's thinking about eating you, right? But that's like trying to hit someone with your car in an empty parking lot. As long as they stay close to the car, you're not going to make the turns that's needed to hit them. And it's not just whales I'm scared of either. It's the ocean too. How the fuck do we know more about space than the ocean? The ocean is on Earth. You're telling me you can discover planets that are light years away, but you can't tell me what's at the bottom of the sea? How ass backwards is that? Who gives a fuck about planets that are 10,000 years away? Tell me if mermaids are real, because Discovery wouldn't release that documentary without knowing something, alright? Discovery don't fuck around. Like, some of you might make fun of me, but I am terrified of whales. Sharks too, but people don't swim with sharks like they do with whales. Somebody isn't gonna come up to me and be like, hey, you wanna swim next to a great white shark with no cage? Oh yeah, sure thing, Captain. Let me just grab my shark suit and I'll meet you down there. Like, no, dog. Fuck off. You and the sharks. Like, other than a whale not being fast enough to eat you, I'm pretty sure over history, whales have eaten humans and they just been like, wow, this shit moves a lot going down my throat. Next time I'm just gonna let them swim next to us. I'm telling you, something that big is not eating us because we taste bad. That's only in the movies where something eats you and it's like, oh, you're Mexican? Gross. And then spits you out. Mexicans. Like, a fish, when being eaten, doesn't have 4 limbs to flail around in a panic. Like, that's like us eating a mouse. After the first time, we're gonna be like, I'm gonna stick to something easier that doesn't move. And that's just for blue whales. Imagine falling into the water with a bunch of sperm whales. No matter how funny that sounds, you're gonna shit your pants when that thing bites you and drags you to your death. Like, on a list of animals that I'm scared of that are bigger than me, whales are pretty high up there. I don't care how friendly people say they are. I've seen blackfish, alright? Shamu will fuck you up, and people are always saying, oh, that only happens in captivity. There's never been an attack on humans in the wild. Yeah, because you've never been in the water with them in the wild, you dumb shits. You're always on boats following them. Go ahead and get in the water, and I guarantee one of them will try to kill you before it realizes you're not a seal. Like, how dumb is that? That's like saying lions only attack humans in captivity, and it's like, yeah, maybe because humans weren't intended to be within 100 feet of them. I don't care what country you're the king of. Your lion should not be indoors. Like, if a whale can be trained, it can snap on you just like a cat or a dog. And that also means that there are some in the wild that will fuck you up. Just because there haven't been any attacks recorded doesn't mean they're not dangerous. Rats don't attack people, but those fuckers carry the plague, and those are much easier to kill. You need a boat and a fucking harpoon missile to kill a whale. Tell me, how many of you got a harpoon missile laying around? Exactly. Like, how many whales do you think seen a human? 1000%. If we were around whales like we were these other animals, they would not come near us. They'd be like, oh, you guys are the ones that are eating us? There are smaller fish for that, right? I don't see you guys eating elephants and shit. Like, whales are the elephants of the ocean. People think they're cool to be next to until they realize we're not of the same species and we've been killing them for centuries. And by the way, fuck elephants too. You ever see those videos of them chasing people? That's basically a whale with feet with a giant arm. You're telling me people are afraid of Tasmanian devils but will swim with a whale? A Tasmanian devil is like this big. You can kick that shit and turn it into a Tasmanian angel. Just like, boop, straight to fucking heaven. Like, there's a reason evolution made some animals bigger than us. It's because evolution didn't want us fucking with them. Yeah, some people found loopholes with weapons, but if you think anything bigger than a wolf should be next to you, then I would love to film that from a safe distance and see what happens. Like, I don't know what it is about the ocean, but not knowing what's under me and knowing at the same time, because a fucking kraken isn't gonna come up and eat me, it's gonna be like a regular animal, but your line of sight ends right when the water starts. So even if it really was a kraken coming at you, you wouldn't know until you're already in fucking fucking Cthulhu's mouth. And some of you are probably asking, why don't you have this fear towards, like, you know, sharks or narwhals? And, well, sharks are obvious. Everyone is afraid of sharks. Anyone who says they're not is full of shit. Whales, though, I'm telling you, someone's gonna be swimming with the wrong whale being like, you see, these gentle creatures weren't meant for captivity, and then get fucked up. And watch, if that does happen, people are gonna be like, oh, the whale was just trying to be friends. It wasn't trying to hurt him. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you could read the mind of a whale. What am I thinking right now? Fuck you, stupid bitch. Like, if it came down to it and I had the choice, I'd rather take my chances in a burning building than be in the middle of the ocean. At least in a building, you have some options. If you're in the ocean, you either swim and die or stay there and die. There's no formulating a plan for survival. You have about 5 minutes till you feel something brush against your leg, and then the panic sets in and you're done. I don't care if you're Michael Phelps in his prime covered in lube. The ocean is a cruel son of a bitch. And I know this fear is irrational. I don't know if I'm using that word right, but I know it makes no sense to be scared of whales. They're gentle giants. But guess what? So was that beanstalk dude with Jack. Remember him? Yeah, he was a giant also, and he fucked shit up. I'm telling you, no animal that gets bigger than a human should be close to a human. Take it from every human that's been killed by one. And I know people get attacked by dogs, cats, and raccoons and shit, but when that whale opens its mouth and it's coming towards you, you're gonna wish it was a raccoon. But yeah, guys, that's it. Fuck whales, rhinos, dolphins, hippos, raccoons, elephants, anything that thinks they can fuck with a human and not catch this desert eagle between the eyes. Until next time, peace.
L7, baby, LL7. Know the essence of our presence. Got you present for a fact, baby. Reynolds rap, all the grass in the sack.